I bought this bag a couple of months ago, and if you're interested in watching the unboxing video or the reasons why I bought this Kelly 32, I will link the videos up here as well as in the description box below. So I haven't used this bag at all because I'm waiting for the bag insert. It's taken like 3 months. It's like 24 to 48 hours to make a Kelly. However, it's like 3 months to make a Kelly bag insert. I know. I knew how long it would take. I'm just complaining. I purchased this bag from the Purse Affair and it's in really good use condition. And since my bag insert is arriving really soon and I'm going to start using the bag, I thought I would film a first impressions video. I will be giving you details like the dimensions of the bag. I will show you the condition of the bag so that you have an idea of the Purse Affair's scoring system and the accuracy of the description of the items in case you're looking for a luxury consignment store. And by the way, this video is not sponsored. The Purse Affair has no idea I'm filming this video. In a way, I'm also doing this video for myself so that I have a record of what this bag looks like now and I can monitor its wear over time. I'll also be doing some modeling shots at the end so that you can have a look at what this bag looks like on me. And along the way, I'll also be sharing some tips on how to buy a pre-loved Hermes Kelly. So I'll start first with a bag tour. So this is a Kelly 32. The number 32 means that the bag measures 32 centimeters across the base. The Kelly comes in a few sizes, so there is the Kelly 25, 28, 32 and 35 as far as I'm aware of. So this means that the 32 is a medium-sized bag. This Kelly is in the rattan style, which means that the stitching is on the inside of the bag. So if you look at the seams of the bag, you'll see this piping along here. As opposed to the sellier, when you look at the seams of the bag, you'll see the stitching on the outside of the bag. The rattan, compared to the sellier, is a more relaxed or a slouchier style, and the rattan in any given size will have larger capacity compared to its corresponding sellier. The leather is Clermont's leather, which is a softer, more pliable leather, and again, it gives the bag more carrying capacity compared to if it was made in a stiffer leather like the Epsom. This is the color Rose Jaipur with gold hardware. Rose Jaipur is a seasonal color from 2015. It is a coral sort of pink, so in some light it looks orange. So the Hermes Kelly has one top handle as opposed to the Birkin, which has two top handles. The top handle remains upright even when you're not holding onto it. I'll give you a closer look. So on one of the sangles, it is engraved Hermes Paris. There are some fine scratches on it. That's what the front of the bag looks like. On the sides of the bag, you see the gussets. Ooh. Ooh. On the back of the bag, it's plain. And then you see the gussets again on the other side. And on the bottom, there are 4 feet. To open up the bag, you turn the turn lock over here. And you undo the sangles. As you open up the bag, there is Hermes Paris Made in France hot stamped on top here. And I'm going to stand up to show you the inside of the bag. Whoa. So the inside of the bag is one big compartment and there are 2 pockets on the front of the bag and 1 zippered pocket on the back of the bag. Kelly also has a long shoulder strap which is not adjustable but detachable. So if you decide that you don't like the length of the strap, you can at least take it off and put on another strap that you prefer. On one side of the strap, there is Hermes Paris Made in France hot stamped in gold. They also have this really nice lobster clasp that rotate or pivot around itself, which is a really nice feature because if the strap of the bag twists, it will just pivot around itself. On each of the clasps, there is also Hermes engraved into it. You can see that the leather is really pliable and really soft. I'm just going to put the shoulder strap on now. I also got the lock and a pair of keys inside the clochette. The plastic on the lock is still there and I don't know, I'm just not brave enough yet to pull it off. People say that you're supposed to take it off as soon as you purchase it, but the plastic's been on here since 2015. Apparently, if you wait too long, sometimes the gold tone can peel off with the plastic as well. But anyway, one day when I'm brave enough, I will peel it off. I'm just going to put it on the bag. And that's how it's supposed to look if you wear it all together. In terms of its dimensions, it measures 32 centimeters across at the base, 24 centimeters in height without the handle, and 34 centimeters in height taking the handle into account. And the handle drop is 9 centimeters. It's 12.5 centimeters in depth. The strap drop is 44 centimeters. I'll also weigh the bag and insert a picture of its weight right here. If you are enjoying this video, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button for me. It'll really help out this video as well as my channel. And by the way, if you're new, I'm Dani. Welcome to the channel. This is a lifestyle channel where I cover three main things. I have a series of videos where I share parenting, hacks, and tips, especially useful if you are pregnant for the first time or have really young children. I'm also really passionate about bilingualism and starting children on more than one language from a very young age. And therefore, I have a series of videos dedicated to English-Chinese videos for children. And then I also have this fashion series where I talk about luxury handbags, shopping, and mindful spending. If you like any of that content, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get informed every time I publish a video. Moving on to the condition of this bag. So the Purse Affair rated this bag as excellent condition. So the description also stated that there was some minor rubbing on the corners. It's really quite minor over there. Not even sure if the camera will pick up some of this rubbing. It's really quite minor. That's all four corners. I can see some really minor rubbing with the naked eye, but yeah, they are really minor. The description also states that there's some fine hairline scratches on the hardware. And this is more or less something you expect with such shiny hardware. And it also states that the hardware is very shiny, and I agree with that. The description also said that there was some color transfer on the back. And to be honest, it's really hard to see. I think it is really light, even with the naked eye. I think it is really hard to appreciate, but that's the advantage of getting a really bright colored bag, because the bright color just draws the eye away from minor marks or stains. The description also stated that the bag had good structure, and with a medium-sized bag that is in a soft leather like Clement's, over time the bag can start to sag, lean forward, or start to look a bit baggy. But this one is still in really good condition. I've taken out the stuffing, and as you can see, there's no sagging or leaning in any direction. There's certainly no loose stitches or issues with glazing on this bag, although when I look really closely, there are some white marks in this corner over here. And given the location of these marks, I can only assume that some of the paint has chipped off, but it's really tiny. Like if I pull it away from the camera, it's actually quite difficult to spot. If you know what these white marks might be, certainly let me know in the comments. This bag also came with the full package. So I have the original storage box. I have all of the dust bags for the bag itself, the strap, as well as the clochette. The original receipt was also included, and there was also an entropy certificate of authenticity, and there was also a raincoat and a care booklet. Overall, I'm really happy with this purchase, and I think that its condition was described accurately by the Purse Affair. So something I haven't shared before is that I'm currently on ban island since I spent so much money on this bag. So I'm not allowed to buy anything from a luxury premium brand for the next 3 years. Will I succeed or not? I guess time will tell. Why don't you subscribe and follow me on this journey? So here I want to share a tip with you with regards to buying a bag on the pre-loved market. I think to avoid disappointment, to be extra safe, I would suggest that you always go for a bag that is in excellent condition or near new, or they have a score of 9 out of 10 and above. And I would recommend this across the pre-loved market, not just for the Purse Affair. So even the Japanese eBay sellers, Vestiaire Collective, I would always recommend that you go for excellent condition and above. And this is because I find that the luxury handbags are scored on a very narrow scale. So although a bag is supposed to be scored out of 10, to me sometimes when I look at a pre-loved bag and I think the condition is not particularly good, and I would personally score it 3 to 4 out of 10, often the seller would score it as 6 out of 10. So to avoid disappointment, I generally go for bags that are scored really well. If there was a bag that was scored 8 out of 10 or good, I usually would expect the price point to be really competitive as well. This is not my first time shopping with the Purse Affair, and every time I've shopped with them, the experience has always been seamless. They are based in Australia, where I live, so the bag always arrives in 2 days as soon as the transaction clears, and I will certainly be shopping with them again. For me, because the prices of these bags are so high already, I prefer to purchase from an Australian seller because I don't want to be hit with like custom fees, luxury taxes, or whatever extras that I might have to pay for if I ordered it from an international seller. So now moving on to the modeling shots, and I'm just going to overlay some footage here while I talk. For reference, I am 152 centimeters or 5'1", so quite petite. Although the Kelly 32 is a medium bag technically, on someone like myself, it is quite large. So I would not buy a Kelly 35. So how did I work out this bag would suit my frame? What I did was I took the measurements of the Kelly 32 and then compared it to the bags in my collection. And the bag that was closest in size to the Kelly 32 was my Louis Vuitton Palace in the MM size. And because I liked how this bag looked on me, I knew that the Kelly 32 would work out fine for me. And here's another tip that I want to share. Because the mini bag trend is still on at the moment, if you're interested in looking for a medium or a large size bag, this is probably the time to try and snap up one with a relatively reasonable price point. If you look at the pre-loved market, and you may already know, you tend to pay a premium on top of the retail price. So now, because the big bags are not trendy, the big bags tend to be going for much more reasonable prices compared to mini bags that are going for over $22,000 if they are in reasonable condition. The examples that I've shown here are just from the Purse Affair. However, this seems to be pretty consistent across the board with other pre-loved luxury sellers as well. Are you in the market for a Kelly 32? If you are, let me know what color, what hardware, and what sort of leather. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Dani O, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!